Question 1. The civil rights movement in the U.S. was led by A. Martin Luther King Sr. B. Martin Luther King Jr. C. Nelson Mandela. D. Abraham Lincoln. Answer: B. Martin Luther King Jr. Question 2. Homogeneous societies exist in A. Germany. B. Sweden. C. Both A and B. D. Neither A nor B. Answer: C. Both A and B. Homogeneous society is a society that has similar kinds of people and there are no significant ethnic differences. Question 3. The Black Power movement emerged in A. 1966. B. 1970. C. 1971. D. 1990. Answer: A. 1966. Question 4. African Americans were the descendants of A. Americans. B. Africans. C. Indians. D. Germans. Answer: B. Africans. Question 5. The aim of the civil rights movement was to end A. Child abuse in the UK. B. Racism in the US. C. Slavery in France. D. None of the above. Answer: B. Racism in the US. Question 6. Which one of the following statements is not correct about social division? A. Too many small divisions are better than a single big division. B. Politics is a force of unity when expressions of various kinds of social divisions occur. C. It is only in countries like India that we have social divisions. D. Assertion of social diversities in a country need not be seen as a source of danger. Answer: C. It is only in countries like India that we have social divisions. Question 7. What does the civil rights movement of USA signify? A. A movement against the discrimination. B. A reform movement for the civil rights of the citizens. C. A reform movement against the social discriminations of Afro-Americans. D. None of the above. Answer: C. A reform movement against the social discriminations of Afro-Americans. Question 8. Which three countries faced the problem of social division? A. United Kingdom, USA, and India. B. Belgium, Sri Lanka, and United Kingdom. C. Sri Lanka, Canada, and India. D. Belgium, Germany, and USA. Answer: B. Belgium, Sri Lanka, and United Kingdom. Question 9. African American is the term used for A. Africans who were brought into America as slaves. B. Black Americans of America. C. Martin Luther and his group. D. John Corliss and Smith. Answer: A. Africans who were brought into America as slaves. Question 10. To show his support to the protesting American athletes during the award ceremony of Mexico Olympics, Peter Norman A. wore no socks. B. wore a human right badge. C. wore a black scarf. D. wore a string of beads. Answer: B. wore a human right badge. Question 11. What is the society with similar kinds of people called? A. Homogeneous. B. Heterogeneous. C. Humane. D. Humble. Answer: A. Homogeneous. Homogeneous society are the society that has similar kinds of people, especially where there are no significant ethnic differences. Question 12. Name the prominent religious group in Northern Ireland and the Netherlands. A. Judaism. B. Christianity. C. Islam. D. None of the above. Answer: B. Christianity. Northern Ireland and the Netherlands both are predominantly Christian but divided between Catholics and Protestants. Question 13. Which of the sentence is correct? A. Every social difference does not lead to social division. B. Social differences divide similar people from one another. C. They also unite very different people. D. All the above. Answer: D. All the above. Every social difference does not lead to social division. Social differences divide similar people from one another, but they also unite very different people. Question 14. Who led the civil rights movement in USA? A. Martin Luther. B. Martin Luther King Jr. C. Martin Davis. D. Benjamin Franklin. Answer: B. Martin Luther King Jr. Civil rights movement in the USA, led by Martin Luther King Jr., refers to a set of events and reform movements aimed at abolishing legal racial discrimination against African Americans. Question 15. Which of these sentences is not correct about the Black Power movement? A. It emerged in 1966. B. It lasted till 1975. C. It was a more militant movement. D. It advocated peaceful methods. Answer: D. It advocated peaceful method. The Black Power movement emerged in 1966 and lasted till 1975, which was a more militant anti-racist movement, advocating even violence if necessary to end racism in the U.S. Question 16. Which one of these examples are of not accommodating other communities' demands? A. Sri Lanka. B. Yugoslavia. C. Belgium. D. Both A and B. Answer: D. Both A and B. The Tamil community in Sri Lanka and in Yugoslavia, the leaders of different ethnic communities presented their demands in such a way that these could not be accommodated within a single country. Question 17. Dealing with social divisions, which one of the following statements is not correct about democracy? A. Democracy is the best way to accommodate social diversity. B. Democracy always leads to disintegration of society on the basis of social divisions. C. In a democracy, it is possible for communities to voice their grievances in a peaceful manner. D. Due to political competition in a democracy, social divisions get reflected in politics. Answer: B. Democracy always leads to disintegration of society on the basis of social divisions. Democracy is the best way to accommodate social diversity. In a democracy, it is possible for communities to voice their grievances in a peaceful manner. Due to political competition in a democracy, social divisions get reflected in politics. Question 18. When did the nationalists and the UK government arrive at an agreement? A. 1992. B. 1995. C. 1998. D. 1999. Answer: C. 1998. It was only in 1998 that the UK government and the nationalists' government arrive at an agreement. Question 19. Which of these sentences is correct? A. The Catholics in Northern Ireland were represented by nationalist parties. B. They demand Northern Ireland should be unified with the Republic of Ireland. C. Republic of Ireland was a predominantly Catholic country. D. All of the above. Answer: D. All of the above. The Catholics were represented by nationalist parties who demanded that Northern Ireland be unified with the Republic of Ireland, a predominantly Catholic country. Question 20. Which of these sentences is not true? A. Democracy involves competition among various political parties. B. Their competition tends to unite the country if they compete in terms of existing social divisions. C. Social divisions change into political division and lead to conflict, violence, etc. D. It can even lead to the disintegration the country. Answer: D. It can even lead to the disintegration the country. This sentence is not true. Question 21. Which one of the following associated with the civil rights movement in USA 1954 to 1968? A. Abolishing legal racial discrimination against African Americans. B. Abolishing unequal income distribution. C. Health. D. Education. Answer: A. Abolishing legal racial discrimination against African Americans. Question 22. Which type of social diversity or division do we find in Belgium? A. Religious. B. Linguistic. C. Regional. D. Gender. Answer: B. Linguistic. Question 23. Which of the following refers to the Black Power movement in USA? A. Nonviolent reform movement. B. American freedom movement. C. A more militant anti-racist movement. D. Religious movement. Answer: C. A more militant anti-racist movement. Question 24. What is not the basis of social divisions in India? A. Language. B. Health. C. Region. D. Caste. Answer: B. Health. Question 25. Which one of the following is the most important origin of social differences? A. Accident of birth. B. Physical abilities. C. Kinds of complexion. D. Tall or short. Answer: A. Accident of birth.
Thank you for watching. Hope you like this video. If you do like, then please give it a thumbs up and share the video with your friends and classmates. If you are new here, do subscribe to the channel and press on the bell icon so that you will not miss out on the latest lessons and MCQs.